conscience breathe. Fight for the power. Stand your ground, don't let it go. Fight for the power. Can't be scared when you're in the dark. You should never let the fear make you run away. Fire still burning for another day. Fight for the power. I get the one.
Pushes it in.
Oh, he's got another one! He's got another one!
Oh, wow.
As that ball bounces across the middle, he is onside.
Strong last 4 minutes of the first half. Paused.
Let's go. Hey, when we get the ball back, punish them.
Now place your bets, I'm feeling. Your choice, your fall, your prison. Make no mistake, I'm your friend. Made from the cloth of 1,000 giants. I live a little danger. Ain't no
In traffic with the and one. Going right, passing left. There's a touchdown pass to Strickland.
raise your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free now. Light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Bassel with a block downfield. Breaks the tackle. Stiff arm.
Hope wins! An unbelievable comeback by the Dutch.
He turns that charm off. 1 second.
I get the Hey, if I do it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, started moving with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I make something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it
making their third in 4 years in 2 weeks. Let's meet our very special seniors. First, Sam Carlson. Sam is from Superior, Colorado, and is joined by his parents, Nate and Tara Carlson. A business major and leadership minor, Sam plans to work in the corporate partnership and business development field with a professional sports organization. Coach Mitchell says Sam has endured 2 season-ending injuries that he courageously overcame while at Hope College, and every time he has stepped on the floor, his athleticism and defensive energy has been impactful. He's an incredible teammate and one who has served as a great example of personal resilience and persistence. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sam Carlson. Next, Devin Marate. Devin is a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, and is escorted by his parents, Umesh and Katina Marate, and his sister, Maya. A biochemistry and molecular biology major and Spanish minor, Devin carries a 3.92 GPA, has been recognized as an NABC Honors Court and MIAA Academics Honor Roll member. Following graduation, he plans to work as a teacher in Spain prior to attending medical school. Coach Mitchell says Devin's reliability and dedication to Hope basketball has been remarkable, all while excelling in his incredibly demanding academic journey. His everyday commitment to his role on the team has been a true difference maker and inspiration to the success of our team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Devin Marate. Next, Justice Mims. Justice is from Rochester Hills, and he's joined by his parents, Samuel and Michelle Mims, and his girlfriend, Layla. Justice, a co-captain, is an exercise science major. Following his graduation in May, Justice plans to attend graduate school to pursue a physical therapy degree. Coach Mitchell says Justice has made a permanent mark on Hope basketball with his unbridled joy for the game and for his teammates. His infectious positive attitude, toughness, and team-first commitment have set a standard for his teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justice Mims. And finally, Marcus Warman Jr. Marcus is a native of Lansing and is escorted by his parents, Marcus Sr. and Monique, and his sister, Lamia. A co-captain, Marcus will graduate as a communication major in May. Following graduation, Marcus plans to pursue an opportunity to continue playing basketball overseas. Coach Mitchell says Marcus joins the list as one of the most dynamic point guards to ever play at Hope College. He will soon eclipse the 1,000-point mark, is currently the 11th all-time leader in career assists, and just moved into the top 10 all-time in career steals. His one-of-a-kind explosiveness and athleticism at both ends of the court, along with his genuine humility and love of basketball, will be greatly missed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marcus Warman Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Hope College men's basketball 2025-2026 seniors. Sam Carlson, Devin Marate, Justice Mims, and Marcus Warman Jr. And a special thank you to these seniors for throwing the Big East mini basketballs out in the crowd. If you caught one of the mini basketballs at the half, come down and see us here at the scorer table, and you'll get a chance for a half-court shot to win a $100 gift card to Big East Sports Grill. That will take place after our very special...
So a thank you to Darren Deismars on a fantastic job on that Senior Day presentation, and what a great career for those 4 seniors as you see them so happy. As here's Sam Hargraves walking right by us here for the biggest game at DeVos Fieldhouse so far this year. Hey, Mike, Hope Calvin is big for all sorts of rivalry implications, but today we have real MIAA hardware on the line.
Absolutely true, Matt. Good to be with you, and good to have everyone checking into this MIAA showdown. And I tell you, it's been a hot minute since Hope and Olivet went at it where it meant something. Back in 2017 through 2018, they both tied for the conference that year. Hope won in thrilling fashion in the conference finals. I checked in the conference tournament finals. They went to the national tournament. Olivet has not been back since. Olivet seeking their first outright title, though, since 1972. Before that, 1932.
So, Mike, here's what's at stake here today. 10-1 MIAA leader right now. Olivet comes to DeVos Fieldhouse to Holland, Michigan to take on Hope. 9-2, tied in second place to Trine. However, Trine has that head-to-head tiebreaker over them right now. However, down the road 30 miles, we got Calvin taking on Trine, which also has implications. So by the end of today, what we could know is if Hope wins, Trine loses to Calvin, Hope has the tiebreaker over Olivet in the driver's seat heading into those last two games. If Hope wins and Trine wins, we have a three-way tie for first place. If Olivet wins and Trine loses, Olivet has a two-game advantage, just about clears it up. It couldn't get muddier at this point in the season. That's what makes it so fun. And there are two huge games after this as well. So for all intents and purposes for you following at home, what you need to know is Olivet wins, they're all but have a share of the MIAA championship. And if Hope wins, they put them at bay for a couple more games.
Yeah, great stuff, Matthew. Here's what I like about Olivet. They're favored fourth in the MIAA preseason poll. And I talked to Sam Hargraves, now in his 7th season as head coach for the Olivet Comets, and he was talking about maybe this team is doing better than he thought they would. They finished 4th last year, but like we said, chasing on the title. And then for Hope College, I don't think anybody really, I don't think a lot of people thought that Hope would be, they were in first place up until Wednesday when they lost against Trine, that they would be chasing first place. They were favored 3rd in the conference, but they had a lot of changes to go through, and they're running a gauntlet. 3 of their last 4 games, all against playoff teams are going to make the tournament, and 3 of those 4 on the road. So this is as solid as a challenging finish I've seen a Hope team since I've been a broadcaster for them.
Completely agree. I mean, let's go back to Wednesday night. They're down 17 in Angola with 4:42 to play, able to rattle off a huge run and tie that game, going to overtime and just about run out of steam. The theme here to me is that 3-point shooting for Hope, let's be honest, has just not been that good. They were 6 of 31 on Wednesday night. And other than that, here's Coach Hargraves saying hello. Good luck, Coach.
Good luck, Coach.
And always good to see him here in the preview. He always loves to give us a hard time.
I love Sam Hargraves. I should just give him the mic. He's once he retires, he's gonna be talking on the radio.
No kidding. Well, he would love to come over. He'd give us 5 good minutes, wouldn't he?
Maybe 10.
Yeah, and so going back to Hope, I mean, it's been that 3-point shooting, but how about how they're trying to get back into midseason form with Parker Hovey? Hovey was out for a 3-game stretch, came back against Alma. He's had 16 points in back-to-back games, so he's been effective, but you can see the team starting to get kind of back in form with him being at the helm of that offense, getting the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, they learned to win without Parker. Parker was out a few games. Hope won all the games that Parker missed. And they just had a rough shooting day on Wednesday against Trine. They started out very poorly. They finished with that big run, but a 13-point run by Trine in overtime was the difference. But let's face it, in the MIAA, on a Wednesday night, on the road, it's so hard to win a game against anybody. You've got to play good basketball. Hope did not play their best basketball.
No, and that's why, I mean, I see this as a really good opportunity for a bounce-back game. Mike, let's go back to these teams facing off with each other on January 10th. In that matchup on the road, Hope wins 67-65. The 2 key performances for me in that one, Sean Shanker just 2 of 7 from 3. Sam Howard just 1 of 3 from 3. How about those guys in the last 9 games? Absolutely blazing on fire from 3-point land. A huge reason for their success as well as the way that they've taken care of the basketball. So those 2 guys, I mean, Howard 16 of his last 26, and then Shanker is 47% on the year.
Yeah, and Sam Howard is one of those guys that Hargraves kind of alluded to. He only played 6 games last year, and then he has stepped up off the bench, no doubt, to average 11 points a game. So that is instant offense for a pretty significant bench. But what I like about Olivet, they were up against Calvin on Wednesday, and it was at their place. It was Olivet's crib. Calvin came back with a nice run to lead by 1 with 5 or 6 minutes left. Maybe an Olivet team in the past would have caved. Not this team. They found a way to win. They hit some shots. They forced 17 Calvin turnovers in that victory. They only coughed it up 9 times. And even though they had a poor shooting second half, Calvin shot 56%. They had clamped down defense all the way to the end when Trevin Winkle for Calvin missed the game winner.
And I know Calvin's not out here, but let's talk about them. How about that preseason top 25 team? Preseason clear favorite to win the MIAA. Just 7-4 right now. 2 tough losses to Olivet, a loss to Trine, a loss to Albion, and a team that, let's be honest, outside of overweight, they're struggling to find more of an offensive identity. And it looks so good. I mean, those first 10, 15 games when they were a top 15 team, but since then, unfortunately, Calvin probably doesn't have enough for an at-large bid. So even though they probably can't win the MIAA outright, them in the MIAA tournament is about as scary as possible.
Yeah, they're defending champions in the MIAA tournament, and Hope had a tremendous run a few years ago. They 3 straight MIAA tournament championships. They beat Trine and Calvin 3 times combined, 6 games total. When Calvin and Trine were ranked in every single one of those games, a gauntlet we may never see again. But to see Olivet and Hope College favored 4th and 3rd in the preseason at the top of the MIAA, that's what it's all about. You have to play the game.
You have to play the game, Mike. And it's so fun that it's so muddy here at the top, because that makes this game matter so much. And we got a packed house here in the bus. That's what we want. Grab your popcorn, because this is going to be a really good one. You know what it reminded me of? That what I was going to call and tell you is, I'm thinking of those 2018 teams, man. I mean, that's Hope with Hawkins and Beckman, and then Olivet had Tracy Edmond and Manuel.
Jalen Adams.
How fun that was.
Yeah, it was a day. Steve Ernst, if you're listening, Steve, former Olivet coach, had a loaded team, and next year they did just as well. But that was an upset. I believe that MIAA tournament game went to overtime. I know it was 106-94 at Olivet, and Olivet, who waxed Hope at Olivet by 31 points earlier in the year, was not very happy.
And I remember, I think Beckman was like 19-22 at the free throw line. Yeah. Just they kept fouling him every time and kept making them. So,
well, let's talk strategery, Matt Weiner.
Sure.
You're Sam Hargraves. You're the Olivet Commons. You saw Parker Hovey go off for a career-high 33 points against you on 12 of 20 shooting, and had some nice backup with Yan and Cargill. How do you key on somebody like that who's back and healthy, or like in the case on Wednesday, Overway got all the points for Calvin, let him run wild, and they shut down Calvin the rest of the way up as far as the other teammates?
Well, I think before we talk about defense, let's look at offense and the changes they've made, because I think that's been the largest thing that's changed over these last 9 games. Nate Richardson, he's going to be an all-conference player, let's be honest. If he's not the conference player of the year is all but wrapped up for Jalen Overway, I think. You can put that on a bow and you can send it to him right now. But for Nate Richardson, how about in his last 9 games, all of them wins. He's had less than 4 turnovers in each of those. His ability on the offensive end, going on that pick and roll with Skipper, has been super effective. So I just think they're taking care of the basketball better. They're out-rebounding teams a lot better than they were with Okello, Hardy, and Skipper. So I just think they've made a lot of better adjustments on offense since the last time you and I saw them against Wash U.
Hey, really quick, we have 40 seconds till National Anthem. What does Hope have to do? They beat them last time by 2. What does Hope have to do, the keys to their game?
My keys for Hope are win that rebounding battle. It's a tall task. You were out-rebounded 40-29 in that first game. So Yant, Block, Howell have to battle Skipper, Okello, and Hardy. Force Richardson and Skipper to turn the ball over, something that they have done really well for those guys in all 6 games they played against Skipper and Richardson. And the third thing being, take better looks from 3. They're taking making so many threes right now, and some of them are early shot clock. Some of them look like desperation. Get better looks on offense, because this is a game where you need to be up by 2 to 3 possessions and then control that game to the end, and I think you have a really good shot. This isn't a team that you really blow out anymore.
Yam's got to stay out of foul trouble, too.
Good point.
All right, our national anthem, our starting lineups. Matthew and I will be right back. We get set. MIAA Epic Showdown on this Saturday. Sun shining, and we're glad to have you along in the Anchor Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, if so desired, please join me in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here in the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Comets of the University of Olivet and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here this afternoon, starting lineups. First for the Comets at 1-4, a 6'5" sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 12, Porter Kretschmann. And at 1-4 for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'4" senior from Superior, Colorado, number 4, Sam Carlson. At 1-4 for the Comets, a 6'7" junior from Farmington Hills, number 40, Lee Hardy. And at 1-4 for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'2" senior from Rochester Hills, number 10, Justice Mims. Starting at center for the Comets, a 6'10" junior from Holland, number 50, Connor Skipper. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'5" junior from Shelby, number 24, Parker Hovey. At one guard for the Comets, a 6'2" freshman from Willoughby, Ohio, number 11, Sean Schenker. And at guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 6' senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 22, Devin Marate. And at the final guard spot for the Comets, a 6'1" junior from Flint, number 23, Nathan Richardson. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" senior from Lansing, number 12, Marcus Warman. The University of Olivet is coached by Sam Hargraves. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell. Your officials this afternoon, Andrew Otten, Todd Frazier, and Robert King.
Senior Day here on this Saturday, the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's, or as I say to my grandson, Happy Callentine, as his name is Callum. catching some perch up north today. But we digress. Hope College will start all 4 of their seniors. Sam Carlson out of Superior, Colorado. Justice Mims, Marcus Warman, Devin Marate out of Cincinnati, and Parker Hovey, the lone junior. And Olivet will start 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman, as Carlson will leap up against Connor Skipper. Matthew, we are underway.
I'm sure they'll do that quick sub out here after the first possession with those seniors.
We've seen a lot of play from Sam Carlson the last 6 or 7 games for Greg Mitchell, now in his 11th season. Inside, Hardy, baby hook, finishes. 2-0 Olivet.
Carlson especially important for Hope. When Hovey was out, they used him for that defense. He played 17 minutes in 2 straight games.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And they really needed him. I mean, he stepped up big time for them to win those 4 games. I remember calling you, Mike, and I was like, how many of these 4 games that they should win are they going to? And they won all 4.
And you were talking about Olivet's improved defense. Sean Schenker with a nice tip away. It'll stay with Hope with 10 to shoot. But Schenker, like Brendan Cargill for Hope, just calm, collected, fantastic freshman.
Really good shooter, and that's kind of the best thing that he brings to the court. But like you were talking about, we didn't have much of a chance in the pregame to talk about their defense. I was focused on their offense. Mike, this is a team, look at that possession right there. They use their size really, really well. And they're able to push everybody out, keep guys out of the center, and they're just very engaged. It's not typical of all that, and that's a huge credit to Hargraves and what he's done.
Absolutely true. You got 3 guys that go over 6'7", Skipper, Hardy, and Michael Kello that comes off the bench. So you've got speed, good guard play, and you've got tremendous height. Schenker with Marate on him. Marate's first career start.
I was telling our other broadcast partner, Casey Rutledge, who's out watching this game today, I was talking to him the other day, I said, the thing about Olivet is even if they don't, mark up against everyone in the MIAA with talent, they have an identity, and that matters more than anything at this level.
Yeah,
they know who they are. They have 17 assists a game now. That's something that in the past hasn't been a huge thing for them on offense, but now they're moving the ball so much better.
And I like how they've been able to close out games. That shot by Kretschmann rejected. Marate clears to Mims in the land of the Giants, perpendicular. Good ball motion as they weave it on the outside. Hovey crashing into Hardy. Leaner off the window. No, but Parker Hovey, like Hope College team, nobody goes to the line more in the MIAA than Hope, and Hovey will get a chance for a pair.
And Mike, I'm afraid nobody spends any more time on the hardwood than Parker Hovey. It comes down to it, because he is so physical. He attacks the basket so much.
Yeah, can you get promotions now in college? He should get like a hardwood floor sponsor. Good by Hovey over 70%.
I'm not the NIL police, so if somebody wants to make a phone call.
This free throw brought to you by Discount Home Improvement, the best in final hardware. I like Parker Hovey's free throw shooting has steadily increased through his first 3 years. Second one is short.
And I think that's something that's going to, with the putback, Mike.
Yeah, he's been unstoppable.
Mike, that's something, I think the free throw shooting is going to make a big difference. All that just 65% from free throw, worst in the MIAA.
I'm glad you brought that up because it made a difference in the last game at Olivet when Hope won by 2. As Skipper banging down low yet, trying to hang with a good pass on the backside. Hardy gets it stolen like a cat burglar as Warman came up with it. Cargill in the game now, the freshman out of Forest Hill Central.
How familiar Yant and Skipper are of each other. Zeeland East, Zeeland West grads for those two. Yant can't get that to go. But Mike, they've been playing together since they were 10 years old.
Yeah, it's incredible. 3-ball, corner pocket, bingo.
Too much room.
Yeah, Schenker, he's been on fire. 38% for the season from 3. Like Matt mentioned, 20 and 22 in his last 2 ball games. 5-3 Olivet.
Guarding the perimeter is going to be massively important for Hope today.
Yeah, they've got to somehow control the boards, and Yant has got to stay out of foul trouble.
Cargill
skims off. Offensive rebound tried by Hovey. Hope 3rd in the league in offensive rebound, and that one cleared by Skipper. Career for Skipper, 12.5 points, 7.5 rebounds in his 73 career games out of Zeeland East. Kretschmann, turnaround baseline. He's had a tough year shooting as that one's coughed up.
Yeah, he has, you know. I was looking at Kretschmann's game. He's third in the MIAA in rebounds, something he does really, really well, especially at his size. He's just so athletic and technical. But when it comes to defensively, Mike, he's somebody that his, I'm sorry, not defensively. When it comes to him with the ball in his hands, he just hasn't put the ball in the basket as much as possible.
No, but he'll give you everything else. And Kretschmann out of Coopersville, just east. Warman trapped in the corner, wings it out. Cargill with 9 on the shooting clock. Skip pass inside Yant. Surrounded by 3 dark gray jerseys. And that's a shot clock violation, but Olivet controls before. Want to welcome everybody watching on the Anchor Network here on YouTube. By the way, we hope that Patricia Elise feels better. Or excuse me, Patricia Ticey feels better. A little birdie said that Patricia was under the weather. So Patricia, we hope you're on the bench. She likes coming to the game, sitting in the front row. Timeout, media timeout. Matt, we'll be right back on the Anchor Network.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
As we wind down to the MIAA season with Matt Waiter, I'm Mike Coleman. 3 games left, including today. Kalamazoo is at Albion today. That's a tie ball game early on, 12-12 our score. Another game of no Alma at Adrian in a battle of the last really playoff position, and that one is 15-12 at Adrian over the Scots with 13 minutes remaining. And finally, the biggest game besides this one, Trine at Calvin for a lot at stake. For Calvin trying to get back in maybe the top 2 slots, 10-10, 5 minutes in. We'll keep you abreast of those.
So those
as we
top
go.
4 teams in the MIAA, Mike, we got back-to-back weekends of massive games as those 2 teams flip-flop, and Hope's got Calvin on the road next Saturday, and Olivet and Trine will face each other. So those 2 games on these 2 Saturdays are the 2 biggest of the season.
Agreed. Olivet, 1-game lead over Hope and Trine. In first place in the MIAA, Calvin hanging back 2 games back.
How about Rigg and Sanchez checking in now? Sanchez, the freshman guard. He's been a little bit streaky shooting-wise. He has been able to fill the cup. He's had a couple double-digit games recently, but he still adds a lot of value. He hasn't played 20 minutes in the last 14 games.
No, he has not, but nice pass inside. Javi finds Yant for an easy deuce. And when Hope's playing well, Matt, they get those skips down low, and that's a perfect example as Yant Connect shooting 61% is Yant on the season, 76% over his last 5 games.
Yeah, that was a great look here, and let's see the added value now of Howell in there. I think they're just going to have to throw bodies at those bigs here today. And I'm sure Coach Mitchell will talk to Howell again. Block, we're going to need block for 15 minutes today, Mike, because winning that rebounding battle is going to be huge. Otherwise, Olivet is going to get their way on offense.
Agreed. 3 ball on the way. Knocking that one down. How about Mike Okello? Not really known for his 3-point shooting, but Okello averaging 6 points and 4.5 rebounds. Gives Olivet the 8-5 lead. All-time leading John H. Turlock High School, for Avery Sanchez, all-time leading John H. Pittman career scoring 3-point shooter for Hope Sanchez. Now we're going to foul in the backcourt. That's going to go against Charles Howell, looking on the replay. Howell coming off a career-high 9 points on the loss to Trine on Wednesday. Here's Schenker. You know he's been quiet so far, and I don't want to jinx it, as Nathan Richardson.
Good D right there by Yant.
You got a piece of that one, and Yant comes up with the block. Cargill, triple try, in and out. Richardson on the other end, and Olivet beats back Hope 10-5.
Turning that defense to offense, Mike, something they do really well. use their speed and their size. It's what makes Olivet good. And it was something I thought it was going to take them more like one more year before being this good, but this is exactly the version of Olivet I thought they had potential to be.
And they're really making Hope work to get down. Inside look, Howe, kick out to Cargill. Sanchez,
that
inside,
defense.
yeah, reverse layup, but Sanchez with a beautiful feed.
Huge credit to Hope right there to get points in the bucket because, man, that was awesome defense right there by Olivet.
Really was, but Hope found a seam. And to your point, Matt, Olivet's farther ahead than we thought. They've only got 3 seniors on the team, so these guys are going to be around here for a while.
You got a freshman in Shanker. You got Skipper and Richardson, your 2 all-conference guys are juniors. Okello's just a sophomore. Howard a sophomore? Shanker hits another one.
Sam Howard is a sophomore, yes.
Shanker
starting to heat up. Our stat board is down. We don't have official figures, but we can tell you what the score is. Corner pocket, Jared Rigg.
Rigg, important on Wednesday, especially getting that game to overtime. He had 9 points in that one against Trine. And he's been good as he's kind of started to come on for that 12 to 15 minute range.
He has. That was a career high for Rigg, too, in that loss to Trine on Wednesday. His missing everything is Sam Howard. A rare miss for Sam Howard. You were telling me his fantasy basketball numbers going up there.
16 of his last 26. And how about these two teams just opposites of each other, where Olivet, best 3-point shooting team in the MIAA at 38%. Hope, just 28% so far this year, last in the MIAA.
There's a big discrepancy, and I was a little surprised that Hope attempted a season-high 31 3-point attempts in that loss against Trine, but I think a lot of it was out of necessity because you said they were down 17 late. And now they're down 3 with 12:44 left. Full court pressure by the Comets.
That's Bishop coming in here for a few minutes.
Yep, the all-time 3-point percentage leader is senior year with the Holt Rams. Sanchez, floater, membership bounce, first basket of the day for Avery.
You need him today. He is not afraid of the moment.
No.
That's going to be really important today as they stay within Olivet.
Yep, a lot of AAU basketball where he grew up in California. Now Rigg playing some solid D. Richardson so tight and a little miscommunique. Easy layup for Nathan.
Just so fast on the dribble. Hope's going to have to be able to kind of hedge that a little bit better and maybe throw a double at him.
Turnover, Hope. Kretschmann, good skip pass down low. And that finish, Richardson, the transition basket, a thing of beauty. And once again, they beat the Dutchman back. Basket's good and a chance for an old school 3. That was a beautiful skip pass by Kretschmann. Let's keep it here.
Man, that body control, he just keeps getting better, man. We've been watching him. This is his 3rd year. I remember him as a freshman. It was like, turn the ball over a little too much. His ball handling wasn't there. I just love to see how much better he's gotten. I saw him on the way in. I said, hey, good luck, my man. And he was just all smiles. He was just like, hey, man, I'm happy to be here. I'm
glad you mentioned that he was a junior. I thought he was a senior. And as much as I love good competition, some guys, it's like, thank goodness they're out of the league but he's always torched Hope College. He's averaging almost 16 points a game in his career against Hope in 5 games. I mean, he's always come to play. So a lot of basketball going on today. If you want to see what's going on in the top 25, we've got D3 Hoops is a great source of information. There's some great conference battles going on. And then Hope Women, let's talk about them. Matt is the voice of Hope College women's basketball right here on the Anchor Network. They had a big battle against non-conference Hardin-Simmons, who came in 28th in the nation.
Yeah, that was a really good game. Hope ended up winning 63-57. Really good win for them, non-conference. And talked to them a little bit after the game. You know, they just mentioned they're like, that kind of gave us confidence to believe like we can be a Sweet 16 to Final Four level team. They're number 14 in the country right now. Done really well in the MIAA, but they still have a couple of really tough games left. Today, obviously, with Olivet. Olivet not as good on the women's side of things, but next week they have a huge battle against Trine, which is going to be probably for the MIAA.
Free throw by Richardson. Ever since I said Richardson's been quiet, he's peeled off 7 straight points. And Olivet matches their biggest lead of the afternoon, 18-12. Hope had a brief lead at 3-2. Very impressive team for Olivet as the starters and off the bench, average 23. Block, double team, Skipper rips the ball away from block. That's just good physicality.
Yeah.
Boy, Richardson just Pac-Man his way through traffic, and Skipper drops down a three-point dime.
That's what he does. I mean, it's really hard to beat them if Skipper and Okello are going to hit those kind of shots.
Yeah, Skipper, a pretty good three-point shooter to the tune of 34%. 9-point advantage for Olivet. Hovey wheeling baseline. And I think with Olivet, it looks like they're really compacting down low, just begging Hope to beat them from the three-point line. Are you seeing that, Matt?
Yeah, it's just the way they're using their size. I mean, they're kind of marking up pretty well man-to-man, but they're just, Hope is used to being able to get the ball down in the block. So defensively right now, they're taking away those passing lanes, making it impossible for Hope to get points in the paint. I know we don't have the stat sheet right now. I'm sure Olivet has not given up very many points in the paint so far.
No, not at all. We saw 2 Orion Yant layups. That's been about it for my recollection. Rigg, Warman, Hovey, Carter Bishop, and Orion Yant on the floor. Bishop for 3. Bingo!
And it's nice to get, but that's the part of when Hope gets down, they start to get 3 happy, and it's not sustainable, but they're going to need to hit those if they're going to stay in this.
Agreed.
It's just, I don't want to see them take 33s again.
Because we played enough games to know this is not a great three-point shooting team. Warman, end-to-end contact. It'll stay with Hope. It's not going to be a foul call, just a tip out. 10:26 remaining in a fast-moving first half. Really a packed house. Is probably the biggest crowd we've seen since the Calvin game.
No doubt. So we see this one out in transition. Cargill thought about a 3.
Inside Cargill. He's not afraid to be down low. Hovey, he'll try a triple try. Too strong off the back rim.
It's not his game either, Mike.
Turn, face, shoot. Schenker misses. Chase down, and we got contact down low. That might go against Hovey. And I think it will. Parker has 1 in this game. First foul on Hovey, the 5th team foul for the Flying Dutchman, just 1 for Olivet. So Olivet is playing clean on the road, where they are 6-4 on the year, 13-9 overall, and 10-1. Skipper, little push shot inside, up and over Orion Yant.
How about over in Albion, Michigan? Kalamazoo up 7, looking for their first MIAA win. That would kind of throw a wrench into things for Albion, who's been on this poor skid in their last 4 games.
Yeah, Hovey trying to muscle up. No, and Albion's got to be careful. They're in 5th place, but they could slide down to 6 before all is said and done. And maybe they have an outside chance on not making the tournament, but they have to take care of business. Trine is hosting Calvin, excuse me, at Calvin today, and Calvin up by 8 halfway through. Here comes Simon Newhouse, the junior out of East Grand Rapids.
See the replay of the strip here.
Yeah.
Probably lucky he didn't get called on the body.
Yeah, when they have that, when you slap it down, sometimes you get called as Richardson back in the game.
They're just using their speed so well. I mean, they're hitting that outside shot, but they're a 38% shooting team. I'm disappointed right now. Hope needs to be able to be ready for guarding that perimeter.
Good pass down low. Yant's been able to find purchase. You know, Newhouse with that feed, he's an excellent big man passer from the wing.
Yeah, he definitely is. He hasn't had as much tick here lately, but when he's come in, he's been able to impact it for Hope.
Hope needed that basket. They were down double digits, now find themselves down by 9. Their biggest deficit has been 11.
There's the freshman Stambaugh here for his first minutes, Mike.
Steal. Warman, the senior on senior day, trying to get up and over Skipper. No, the follow through won't count as Marcus will go to the line as Skipper with the reach in. Boy, Warman went down hard. Skipper has about 6 inches on him, and he's able to get rid of the basketball.
How about Skipper here able to catch up to him, too? You think Marcus run away from him? Look at that hustle.
You know, because Skipper ran to a point. He didn't try and chase Warman. He ran to the back of the basket. That's coaching right there is Warman, who led the MIAA as a freshman in free throw percentage. He's playing in his 101st game. And speaking of Marcus Warman, as we see this, steal once again, worth noted. Nice play. Thanks to the replay department. Marcus Warman, 3 points away from tying the 1,000-point club. And Warman would be the 45th or the 46th Hope career scorer in the 1,000-point category.
I'll tell you what it feels like right here. Skipper's going to work on Yant.
2 Zeeland East and West products.
Mike, Hope only down 8. It feels like they're down 25.
It does. Crowd trying to get into it. Forcing a turnover. Warman once again the instigator. 3-on-1. Yant misses the dunk. Chase for the loose basketball. Matt, I know you got to make that basket.
Have to. You got to find a way to get that down.
Got to finish it. Finger roll it.
Let that momentum shift right now. Don't force something. Use it to your advantage. Gets by him.
Cargill with a leaner, no. Offensive rebound try by Yant. We've got contact, and that's going to stay on Hope. And as Todd Frazier with a call. That's going to be a foul on the court for Olivet. You saw Cargill lean in.
He just blows by him, Mike. And Yant's athleticism really helping him right now. But here with 8 to play, Mike, we'll just stay right here and talk about that. Down 8 here so far. I think what's giving Hope a little bit more momentum right now is Coach Mitchell saying, keep passing through that. Keep passing through that on offense. When they come up and flash in the middle right there, you got to get rid of that ball right away. You get the ball at the center, be able to get it right down to your big, and that's why Yant's able to do a little bit more work. Yeah,
to your point, he's had at least 3 great looks down low, and then he missed a dunk. So Yant's been able to pick the spot where he wants to be. It's just a matter, at times, late getting the ball down low as the Olivet swarming defense. Well, a lot of implications in the MIAA as we go into the 23rd game of the season. We've got 2 more next week. Hope will be at third time's a charmer, Matt. They'll be at Albion on Wednesday, and then at Calvin a week from today. And then Olivet will be at home against Adrian on Wednesday, and then Olivet will be on the road against Trine a week from today. And there's some big matchups coming up.
Big matchups like we were talking about in the pregame. I was trying to kind of give the 10,000-foot view. It's hard to make sense of all the muddiness, but for all intents and purposes, if Olivet wins this one, they do actually, Mike, when I do the math, they clinch at least a share of the MIAA. Okay. And if they, even if they lose out, but if they win one more after today, then they'll have clinched it.
And their last conference title was in 2017-18 when they tied with Hope with a 10-4 mark. Richardson, Sanchez on him, step back for Nathan, misses and chased down by Yant. We still don't have official stats. We do know Yant has 8 points streaking. Going up and Yant going down hard. Wow, he met at the summit. I believe, who are they going to call that out? I think they're going to call that out Okello.
Yeah.
Boy,
look at him
clash of the Giants.
It looked worse than it really was in terms of Okello never brought his hand all the way down on him. He just met him at the summit, like you said.
Sam Hargroves talks about he loves Okello. He said, I got to toughen Okello up. He grew up with 7 or 8 sisters, so he was outnumbered.
Yeah, right now, it's the one part of his game is he's played his last 14 games, double digits in 9 of them, and 6+ rebounds as well. But Mike, something about him has got to get better at free throw shooting.
Yeah,
he's
just
54%, and that's something I think continuing into next year when he's a junior, he's going to have to get closer to 70.
Agree. We saw that in Parker Hubby, and Parker was able to get better at that. Tipped out of bounds. I don't believe Yant has any fouls yet, if I'm not mistaken, so that's a good sign almost 13 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, I was trying to do the math, and all the minutes that he's played, he's averaging 3 fouls a game, Mike.
Yeah, he fouled out in the game Wednesday at Trine. And Hope down by 8. Haven't been able to get the big run yet as getting fouled on the 3-point shot as Howard as he sails into the Hope bench. And Sam Howard, an excellent free throw shooter, will try and earn it with 3 trips to the stripe. It's been Olivet. If you just joined us, they had the first basket. Hope had a brief lead. And then Olivet is led by as many as 11.
We got a shout out here from Steve Secor sending us for one of our Fans right now watching, Grayson, happy birthday for your 9th birthday here today. Thanks so much for tuning in the broadcast, and happy birthday to you.
All right.
From the whole Anchor Network.
Have an extra piece of cake, man. By the way, we want to give a shout out to Sam Carlson, the senior out of Superior, Colorado. Well, he's got a whole contingency back in Colorado, west of the Mississippi. Rob and Linda, Sam's grandparents, and his other set of grandparents, Dave and Darlene, checking in today. Thanks so much for enjoying the broadcast. We love giving shout outs. And what a special day for your grandson, Sam. And Sam has a brother that plays basketball at Calvin. I just found that out today. Did you know that?
I didn't know that either.
Tyler, I believe is his name. Yeah,
Okay.
inside. Scoop and score.
Is he on their JV team?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Because I figure when I look, every time I look at a Calvin box score, they only play 8 guys every game.
That is a fact. We've got 2 Colorado kids on our team, and now we got a travel call. And a rare turnover for Olivet, who's been able to hang on to the basketball.
That Hope defense is getting a lot better, Mike, and you can see them. It's the pressure that starts at the perimeters. What Olivet did really well in those first 15 minutes was be able to move the ball around the perimeter for those open looks, and they were either driving or shooting. Now Hope is able to put a lot more pressure on the perimeter. It's forcing them into bad situations like that.
I absolutely agree.
You want Shanker to dribble. You don't want him to just set up and shoot.
Hovey, turnaround, fills it. We needed that. Between Cargill and Hovey, the top 2 scores for Hope. They only had 1 point combined before Hovey drains the mid-range.
Yeah, and they had completely taken him out of the game so far.
Hovey had 33 the last go-around. Skipper this time too strong after the last make. Cargill clears. A really good rebounder is Cargill at 5'10". He'll give you almost 4 a game. Hovey zips it inside to Yant, met by Skipper. We got a jump ball. That'll favor the Flying Dutchman. How about this? You got Hardy.
Look at this block right here by Skipper.
That was a clean block.
Meets him at the top. Meets him again.
How about Hardy and Okello? 6'7" and 6'8" off the bench for Sam Hargraves. Turnover again. Richardson on the other end. You know, Richardson at the top of the key, seeing that cue, he was off on a streak. That's just great vision by the junior.
Hope just too hesitant right now on offense when they're getting turned over. Wish I could see in the stats right here how many turnovers they have. It's just on that inbounds pass, not inbound, sorry, entry pass.
Yes, and they turned one over on the inbound too, as Sean Schenker with a little hip check in the backcourt, the freshman out of Willoughby, Ohio.
I like Schenker, man. I mean, he's not just a shooter, and that's what he leads you to believe. I'm sure he was under-recruited just when you see the size, but he can play. He's fast, he can dribble, he can shoot. And I mean, at any level, he can find a way to impact the game, and that's what he does really well for the Comets.
Yeah, really poised freshman for sure. Kick out, Avery for 3. Oh,
you need that.
Smooth stroke by Avery Sanchez.
Man, that kid's got it.
He certainly does. Give him 5. Steal by Hovey. Euro. And Schenker absolutely mugs Parker Hovey. Boy, Hovey with a little stare down on Schenker.
I'm surprised no flagrant was called on either of them. Look how intentional it was on Schenker and on Hovey. That needs to be a double tech in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Hovey with the push off for sure.
And you can see Coach Mitchell telling him to stay within himself.
Yep, and I think that's a wise move.
They're probably going to give a double tech. Now that we see referees are deliberating on it, you can see Coach Mitchell talking to him. Really wise coach there. Bring in your star all-conference player and say, we need you in this game. So they're going to go to the replay deck here. Mike, why don't we take a 30-second timeout? We'll be right back here on the Anchor Network. I just thought because we had
oh, yeah.
Welcome to Car Center. We're an automotive collision repair company with multiple locations throughout West Michigan. We take care of your car and all the details so that you can focus on what matters the most.
Creating quality repairs today is much more complex. That's why we have set standards that make sure everything is done with precision and quality. So when our job is done, your vehicle is back to pre-accident condition and meets manufacturer warranties.
Fixing cars is our job, but helping people, that's our business.
Couple games that Matthew and I are paying very close attention to on this MIAA Saturday. The Trine, the Thunder on the road at Calvin, and the Knights over, now they've tied it up 27-27 with 3:57 remaining in the first half from Grand Rapids. And Albion, who's linking around in 5th place in the MIAA after a vicious attack by the Hornets early on. Kalamazoo now trails Albion 27-26 on side 4 minutes remaining. And here it's 30-25. Olivet has led the entire game. So after that timeout, did you get a call of what they were talking about?
That's what Darren was saying. It looks like it was a common foul because nobody's shooting at the line, so I'm guessing they just called that a common foul. I'm surprised.
I am too. At least a shooting foul. Sanchez trapped in the corner, skips it out to Newhouse. No look down low. Shot is rejected. How about the no look by Newhouse?
Really nice. Really nice. Like you said, he is a good passer. So we see this replay about Sanchez getting the ball out. No look by Newhouse. It's getting really physical. That's why I think you got to set the tone with calling that flagrant, because
good point.
It's not getting less physical, and we have 4:47 in the first. So I'll put $100 on it, Mike, that somebody's getting a tech in this one. I don't want it. I'm not.
Right, you're just calling it.
I'm just saying how physical it looks down there in the paint.
Jared Riggs, 77% free throw shooter.
We got MIAA on the line right now.
Yeah, we do. So it's not going to be, nobody's going down easy tonight. By the way, Jared Riggs, 7 of 9 from the free throw line in Wednesday's loss on his career high 9 against Trine.
Love to see for Calvin, Mike, whether you're a fan or not. How about somebody other than Overway right now? Winkle's got 10, McAway's got 7, Ewing's got 6. They've needed somebody else to step up.
I mean, Winkle, he's second team all-conference last year, but Parker Swartz has been quiet for Calvin. But we got our own problems here at DeVos. Hope down by 2 score. Good feed down low. Rigg reverse layup. Hovey saw him. And Rigg off the window.
That's how you beat Olivet's size really good right there. Hope now within 4. And there was a time where it felt like Olivet was going to pull away.
Richardson coughs it up top side. Lob inside to Hardy. Got a step and misses the poppy. Tipped away by Newhouse into the arms of Hovey. Olivet with the numbers. Hovey says, don't tell me the odds. Off the window, no. Cleared. Chased down by Howard as he'll bring it topside. I like the cut of this kid's jib. Sam Howard out of Plymouth, Michigan, Detroit Catholic Central. Inside to Kretschmann off the window.
That's his
nice
move.
leaner.
Saw that a lot in his freshman year last year. He came in here, he had double digits. And I remember watching that one. He had a lot better shooting season as a freshman, but his game is still developing. So you can see him get better, and they don't need him. Newhouse gets the and 1.
Yeah, he went up in the lane to the Giants in the finish and a chance to make it a 3-point play. I like how Hovey was matched down low by Hardy, and he kicked it out, and then Newhouse was able to finish. Time it on the court. Let's take a quick one. We'll be right back with the final 3:12 in the first half here from Hope. 34-30 Olivet on the Anchor Network.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Senior day on this Saturday, beautiful Saturday afternoon here on the Lakeshore. 45 degrees on my car thermometer.
Did you get outside here? I know you had a little bit of a tough morning with your car.
Yeah, my car decided not to start, but somebody left a light on. I'm not going to say who. I'm just saying somebody left a light on. You know, like the old Motel 8 ads, we'll leave the light on for you. Don't leave the light on.
Well, I'm glad you made it here, Mike, but between you and I, anytime you need a ride, my man, I mean, you need me to come up to Ludington, I'm there.
Yeah.
You just make the call.
Well,
that's what broadcast partners do for each other.
Well, as somebody who lives about 2 hours and 52 minutes away, it was a fortuitous that I was half that distance.
You just might have to buy me a root beer when we're all done.
Are you asking me what? Are you going to ask me why I was only halfway down from Empire today?
Why was that?
Because I ran out of gas. No, I'm kidding. Simon Newhouse at the line. Boy, I love calling meaningful basketball as Newhouse finishes off the old school three. And Hope down by 11 at one point, halfway through the first half, now down by one possession.
This is the version of Hope you love to cheer for, Mike, the one that just battles and battles and battles. And a game when Olivet has really outplayed them, especially on defense, and they just keep battling.
Skipper, 15-footer, as Hovey mixes it up with Okello down low. Boy, Hovey is he's got to try and settle down because he's getting physical. Guys are getting physical back with him. And right now, Parker Hovey has 3 points in the first half. And a big basket by Skipper. Warman back in. Good cross direction by Riggs. Chopped off at the midpoint line. Warman from three. Skips off the sideline. Rebound Cargill. Fresh 20 for the Flying Dutchman. Inside, Newhouse, kick out. Rigg, 3-ball on the way, short. Rebound Richardson. Olivet in control, up by 5, approaching the 2-minute mark in the first half. We do not have stat numbers. Hopefully we'll have paper stats at halftime. Kretschmann wheels and a Rigg reach in. I like Kretschmann. You talked about his frame. He's 6'2", not big, but he is wiry. There's not an ounce of fat on that kid.
He's fast, he's physical, he's strong for his size, like you said. And he's only, what do they have him in the stat sheet? 6'2", yeah. I mean, not huge even for Division III, but look, he uses his position well. You can see his muscles there on the broadcast pretty easily.
And quick. He did that nice 180 spin move. Skipper lined up a 3, did not employ it. As Yant playing a little push-off on him. Okello sells a fake off the window. Mike Okello with a nifty move with a Euro step finish.
He's been a huge addition for Olivet this year. I mean, somebody that we didn't even know his name coming into the year, and he's been able to come in and get 5 rebounds a game and be a massive spark plug for them.
Absolutely true. Community college transfer. And Okello trying to save it. Another turnover, by the way, on Hope's end in the last possession as Yant making sure Okello's okay. And I think Mike landed a little awkwardly as he's going to have to check out on Hardy back in. Boy, I hope he makes it back. You want to win with your best against their best, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think it's just something maybe landed weird or something.
He did land slightly awkward.
I just saw him motion to the athletic trainer. He says I'm okay, so. Just
going to try and shake it off a minute. Full court pressure. Sanchez, the freshman in for Hope. Yant up strong off the window. What a finish. Physicality.
It's big right now.
12 for Yant. He's averaging almost 16 a game in his last 5.
It's really been the only thing on offense that's worked for them.
Right.
Hope has not hit many threes. I mean, that's one part of the stat sheet we wouldn't want to see is how bad Hope has been from three-point land. But so far, I mean, Yant's really the only thing that's working.
Yeah, Avery Sanchez trailing behind with 5 points, but like Matt said, other than that, 12 points for Nathan Richardson. Skipper has 7. 2 junior leaders. Skipper loves that mid-range. Feathery touch as he knocks it in from 18.
How many does he have, man? He's got 9.
He's got 9. He's got that high Nikola Jokic high release. Wasted motion.
He's just smart, man. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. And it sometimes looks like he's in slow motion, but he uses his size really well, passes really well, has nice touch.
Yan on the dish from Hovey, and closing quick is Kretschmann. That was very unselfish of Hovey. He had a 8-footer queued up, and he was looking for a better selection down to Orion. As Akello back in, good to see. Howard gets a breather. 34.4 seconds remaining. Hovey had 33 in the last go-around. I think for the most part, Olivet has disrupted him enough.
Yeah, they have. I mean, Hope just really doesn't have a great way of being able to get him the ball. You know, I mean, that's not his shot.
No.
It's that three.
No, Hovey at 29% from three, and Hope as a team just 28.
And you can tell all that everything they're doing is just begging Hope to shoot threes. That's why they're camping in the paint so hard.
Turnaround skipper.
That looks good, though.
Boy, I thought that was going down. Hot potato picked up by Akello, misses it from 4, and a reach-in foul. Oh, a jump ball situation. Hope fans, as you can tell, are not enjoying that.
Look at the replay, Mike. He doesn't have any.
Akello had one paw in the mix. I can see where they could call it that way.
He wasn't holding the basketball in any way.
That's true. He just had his hand tied up under the armpit of Mims. Or excuse me, a Warman. Yeah, tried to tip it away. Heaved by Richardson at the buzzer. That one falls off. We saw Olivet make a half-court shot Schenker in the Glenn Van Weeren Holiday Tournament back in December. As Olivet tried to do again, but my goodness, the Comets streaking 40-33 in the first 20.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, it's been all Olivet, and I told you when it was 21-12, I thought they were just going to completely bury Hope here in this first half. That's what this Hope team does. They just keep battling. They got physical. They punched him back in the mouth. They're not showing up right now offensively in the stat sheet, but they just got to grind this one out any way they can. I think they're getting more success getting the ball down to Gant. He's got 12. But on the other hand, how about Richardson? He's got 12 of his own, and we don't have a guard that can keep him in front right now.
Not at the moment. You know, we didn't talk about this in the pregame show, and I'll leave you with this, Matt. These two teams are very good. They both had very tough non-conference schedules. They're battle-tested. They don't get rattled. They can come back. So I don't think any lead is safe. Olivet had that 11-point lead. Hope had down to 3. But good work by Olivet to stretch it out just a little bit going into intermission. So we'll wrap it up for this first half. Matt and I will be right back. 40-33. And we've been enjoying the first half replays here on the Anchor Network. Yeah, with a big first half. We'll get to the numbers when we come back, as we've got some wonderful halftime entertainment here. We'll be right back. Is that, do you know the name of the puppy chasing down the...
I don't remember the name. We see him maybe once or twice a year. He comes out. He does come to football games, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. The name escapes, and we'll put the research department on it. We'll be right back on the Anchor Network.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Hello, everybody. My name is Justice Mims, Social Outreach Chair for Black Student Union. And I'm very excited to invite each and every one of you to the 2026 Black History Month Lecture. This is happening Tuesday, February 24th, 3:30 p.m. in the Jack Miller Concert Hall. And we are very excited to invite Dr. Derek Bynes, the Assistant Professor in the Department of Counseling at San Francisco State University. The lecture title is We All We Got, Self and Community Care Are More Than Just Buzzwords. This lecture is free and open to the public, and we were looking forward to celebrating Black History Month with each and every one of you.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. I kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
At Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world: cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you too. Because at Van Andel Institute, the world's best minds are working relentlessly to eradicate these diseases forever. By advancing the boldest innovations, achieving breakthroughs, and transforming lives. Because the most powerful way to fight diseases, never stop fighting. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Hope students come from diverse backgrounds, ready to create an environment where truth is sought, all voices are amplified, and challenges are met with determination and confidence. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there's to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share hope stories of transformational impact.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget, Louie the Lightkeeper, to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Welcome to Car Center. We're an automotive collision repair company with multiple locations throughout West Michigan. We take care of your car and all the details so that you can focus on what matters the most.
Creating quality repairs today is much more complex. That's why we have set standards that make sure everything is done with precision and quality. So when our job is done, your vehicle is back to pre-accident condition and meets manufacturer warranties.
Fixing cars is our job, but helping people, that's our business.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Welcome back to Hope College basketball here on the Anchor Network with Matt Wayner. I'm Mike Coleman. And Matt, we saw an interesting first half dominated by Olivet that we know. Unfortunately, we have no stats, but this is what we do know. Olivet had an 11-point lead. Hope was able to get it down to a 3-point deficit as close as they came, but a little 6-2 run in the last minute for Olivet, who finds themselves up by 7. What have you liked about Olivet's game in the first 20 minutes?
I want to start on the defensive end for Olivet with the way they're using those 3 bigs down there, Hardy, Okello, and Skipper, often and at the same time. If not, Kretschmann does a great job on the wing. They might use Howard down there. Then they put Schenker and Richardson, use their speed at the top to be able to disrupt passing lanes. Those 3 bigs down there are just making it really hard. So really Hope is basically running one play, Mike. They flash Hovey in the middle, or Rigg, or whoever, or Newhouse, be able to catch that ball in the middle, right at the free throw line. Once they get crashed on, give it up right down to Yant or somebody streaking down the other side. So it's a simple offense, but it's because they can't hit the 3. If they could hit 3s, that would open things up a little bit, but they haven't been able to hit 3s all season, so it's hard to expect them right now to be consistently hitting those shots.
And then you switch the table over to Hope. They were down big, and what have you liked about their game in the first half?
I mean, I like that Hope attacked them back. I mean, they were down 9, 21-12, I believe, with like 10 to play, and they pushed back. They're starting to turn them over a little bit more than normal, and that's why I said one of the keys here to beating Olivet is being able to turn them over. Richardson has 12 here. He's doing an awesome job heading up that offense, but when they're getting Richardson and Schenker in positions where they're kind of forcing them into a double, they're having trouble, and then that's when Hope, who leads the MIAA in steals, is doing a really good job. So when they're turning defense to offense, that's when they're at their best. But the one thing I failed to mention is how well Olivet here on offense, Mike, has just been able to basically drive and get to the bucket anytime they want. And when they did that in the first half, it forced Hope to really kind of tighten things up.
I've also liked the fact that Olivet has forced the fewest turnover per game team in the MIAA, the Hope College Flying Dutchman, into many more turnovers than they wanted to in that first half. We don't have the numbers, but we know Olivet is winning that battle as far as turnovers. As Hope will get the basketball to start the second half, moving right to left across your viewing dial is Warman, who had a very quiet first half, misses from the left elbow. Hovey with the offensive rebound. Kick out. Hovey, triple try. Offensive rebound. Mims comes away.
2 offensive boards on this possession, Mike. That's awesome.
Hope's just got to hit some shots, Matthew. Yeah, nice step. Pounds it off the window on a good sell.
He's got 14 now, Mike. He's the only thing that's working for Hope on offense.
Double figures in 9 of his last 14, shooting 76% in his last 5 games. And Matt is correct, 14 for Yant. He leads all scorers as Skipper for Olivet. Leaves for Kretschmann. Nice no-look hook. Skipper thought about the 3. Has a nice matchup defensively. No look in the corner. Kretschmann 3-ball.
That was a sweet pass by Skipper.
It was. If you're Hope, you want that shot by Kretschmann. He has not hit the 3-ball this year.
He's just 3 of 30 so far this year. Or I'm sorry, 3 of 22. Has not been his strong suit.
Absolutely true. Cargill trying to get it down from a 5-point deficit, misses it short from 3.
And Cargill also has been in a short slump. He's somebody that he's been 0 for his last 7 in 2 games, but he was leading the MIAA in 3-point shooting. Since then, it's been Flood and Schenker have passed him, but still 37% 3-point shooter on the season, but he's going through a little bit of a slump, Mike.
Well, as a freshman trying to figure it out late in the year, they play a lot of games. You know, Cargill, no points today. He was 0 for 6 from 3 in the last meeting against Olivet, at Olivet on the 10th, and today has not hit a 3-point as well, so he has not had a career 3-ball against the Comets. He's been bottled up.
How about Hovey only has 3?
Yeah, the 2 leading scorers with 3 points between them for Hope, and Richardson with a big basket extends the lead back to 7 as they both trade baskets early on. We played almost 2 minutes of the second half here from DeVos Fieldhouse. Contact down low as Hardy gets mixed up with Hovey. I was looking away, Matthew. I did not see that. Oh, Hovey was tripped. Hovey was inadvertently tripped, and Hardy is still on the court. And Okello and the rest of the Olivet team will go to the side. This will be a referee timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on the Anchor Network, if we can.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Timeout on the court, injury timeout on here at DeVos as Lee Hardy will walk with assistance. Now, Matt, it looks like he's favoring his left leg, trying to put a little pressure on it, but he was rolled up by Hovey for Hope, who was inadvertently tripped and fell and rolled up on Hardy.
Yeah, it was definitely inadvertent, but it was when Hovey came through and he was tripped by O'Kelly on accident. He ran right into Hardy. Knee went one way and his body went the other.
And Hardy's going to be taken right back for observation, not even back to the Olivet bench. So we'll have another brief moment while his teammates help him. But while we have a moment, Trine is trailing Calvin 36-30. That's just at the start of the second half from Grand Rapids Van Nord Arena. Adrian pulling away from Alma 50-37. 3 minutes into the second half there from Albion from Adrian, and Albion leads Kalamazoo by 6. 5 minutes into the second half from the southeast side of Michigan. And here it's 7-point lead for Olivet.
Kretschmann right in front of us, checking back in here, Mike.
Porter Kretschmann out of Coopersville. Only 3 seniors on this team for Sam Hargraves. Greg Mitchell countering with 4 seniors on senior day here. So 2 pretty young ball clubs as we make our way into next year. Olivet will lose won't lose much, that's for sure.
If Hovey wants to get the ball in the bucket, he's got to get closer to the basket. He's just playing too far away from the bucket right now.
Yeah, his strength is 10 feet in.
There it is.
Turnaround, gets the bounce.
I love that.
5 for Hovey, just his second basket.
It's his best game right there, Mike.
Yep, inside the 6-7 foot zone. Hope squeezes down to 5-point deficit. Inside on the give and go. Trying to get the takeaway is Yant, and that's going Hope's way. Maybe a little momentum swing, Matt Wayner.
Yant is like, he's all conference in these types of plays. I think his foot was out of bounds. That may have been opposite call.
Part of the call.
Were to, put that one under review. Nonetheless, here's Hope going the other way, so we'll favor Hope College for that one.
Matt, Hope's top 3 scorers have a combined 6 points in this game.
I wasn't ready for that in the pregame, especially with Cargill hasn't hit a 3-pointer yet.
No, he's without a basket. Contact as bodies go tumbling. Richardson and Warman go down. They've gone at it a few times. Carter Bishop in the game for Hope, and Cargill will get a breather with 17-18 left to play. Here from Hope. Hope led 3-2 briefly. It's been all Olivet in the battle for first. Olivet first place all alone, a game up on Hope and Trine on the road today. Full shot clock, Skipper double team. Have you been pleased with the fact that Yant's been managing to stay out of foul difficulties for Hope?
No, it's been big. I mean, he's been the most important player for Hope, if not on the whole court here today. Probably argue Richardson's been the best player, but for Hope right now, he's got 14, and he's showing up in every which way for what they need right now.
He always does. Like we said, averaging over 15 in his career against Hope. Now we got a push off.
You jinxed him.
Yeah, I sure did against Orion Yant. I think that's going to be his second foul. Orion Yant, the sophomore out of Zeeland East, Zeeland West, with his second malfeasance. Olivet to inbound. Skipper having one of his better games against Hope. follow through. Wow.
Coach Hargraves is livid on the sideline for that one. He hates that call.
Well, I looked at the replay. It looked like it was a push-off with a forearm by Skipper, but he was getting leaned on pretty heavy. That's always a tough call. There's so much more contact now in today's basketball game. I mean, today's version of basketball.
It's got to be a tough play to finesse if you're Connor Skipper, because he's all of 260 pounds. It's pretty easy to topple somebody over when you're that big.
And yet, not as tall, not as heavy, but he certainly fills. Carter Bishop with his second three ball of the day. And look now, Hope down by 2. They were down 7 at the break. And the Hope fans trying to get back into this one. A lot of orange and blue on the road for Olivet. 15 on the shot clock, Skipper. Mid-post extended. Trying to work on Yant. And we got a reach-in foul on Ryan Yant. I don't know if that was a makeup call or not. It might have been. But of all the contact we had,
I have no idea what they're thinking he did. He's got 3 now, so
I think that might have been the great equalizer.
And the ball don't lie here, Mike. Here's Hope now.
Hope with the takeaway. Hook pass intercepted by Okello. Great defense as Hubby tried the no-look.
Just want a little more patience there from Parker.
Boy, Kretschmann really wants it on Bishop. Inside off the window. And he just out-muscled Bishop for the basket.
Olivet to our left here. Their fans are standing up here. Excited as all, up 4 now. And this is becoming a prize fight here, Mike.
Sure is. Kretschmann now with 6. Hubby wanted it at the free throw line. Warman tried to skip it to him. Last touch by Olivet. We got a media timeout, and Sam Hargraves wants some explanation on that as we go to the media timeout. Olivet up by 4. We got a real Donnybrook brewing here at DeVos. Matt and I'll be right back on the Anchor Network.
Hello, everybody. My name is Justice Mims, Social Outreach Chair for Black Student Union. And I'm very excited to invite each and every one of you to the 2026 Black History Month Lecture. This is happening Tuesday, February 24th, 3:30 p.m. in the Jack Miller Concert Hall. And we are very excited to invite Dr. Derek Bynes, the Assistant Professor in the Department of Counseling at San Francisco State University. The lecture title is We All We Got, Self and Community Care Are More Than Just Buzzwords. This lecture is free and open to the public, and we were looking forward to celebrating Black History Month with each and every one of you.
Back here live from DeVos Fieldhouse. Matt, I think that first 4 minutes was crucial for Hope. Down by 7, it could have gone in a different direction. They played it pretty neutral and now find themselves definitely within striking range. And I've liked they've had a couple takeaways early on in the second half as well defensively.
Yeah, it was huge for a couple reasons. For them to be able to get back within 2 baskets here, 2 possessions. But on the other hand, major negative being Orion's going to be on the bench for a while with 3 fouls. Bishop hit a big 3 there. Let's see what kind of minutes Howell can give us.
And Howell, with a move on the baseline and a nifty feed by Bishop's going to earn it from the line. As the 2 sophomores working well. That was a good dish by Bishop. The old Bishop dish. Be here all week. Charles Howell coming off a career-high 9 points on the loss Wednesday at Trine in Angola. And Howell on the year, 54% from the free throw line. Skipper in, Kretschmann out. Kretschmann looks gassed right now. Still plenty of basketball left. Howell splits the pair. Looking at the foul situation, Hope with 4, Olivet with 3. We talked about how Hope is such a better free throw shooting team than Olivet. If it comes down to the charity stripe, man, it's going to be quite interesting.
No, that's a good point, but so far today here, Mike, they have not been. And here's Marcus with a big steal.
Yeah, the senior on the dish. Easy basket. Senior to freshman. And Hope down by 1. Full court pressure now being applied by the Dutchman. Shot of encouragement by head coach Greg Mitchell in his 11th season. Richardson streaking. Akella has it stripped. It's staying with Olivet. Warman with another nifty pair of hands.
2 big possessions right there, Mike, for him to get that steal and the layup to Sanchez. Then here going the other way for him. This is the play from earlier. It looks like that Gant foul.
Sam Howard back in the game. He's been quiet. Bishop comes out on him. Might have got away with a travel. Boy, everybody is just on edge here from DeVos. Step back, NBA triple. Shanker misses. Missed time rebound by Skipper, fielded by Warman. Hope on the run. Hovey, full head of steam inside to Howell. Rejected by Skipper. We got a foul. Olivet fans not happy. The Comet contingency to our left. Good fast break, though, by Hope.
That. That's another one that usually that's a delay of game technical automatic. Even though it wasn't deliberate, he threw the basketball after the play. That's 2 of them. That just worries me right now in here for a game that already has tempers flaring. That something's unfortunate might happen. That's just, we hope for nothing too, but you got to get control of this game right now if you're the refs.
Absolutely. Connor Skipper checks out with the Olivet specialty jersey, the Vet, across the chest in their road grays. Howell misses 2. Rebound Kretschmann. Talked about 3rd in the league in rebounding coming in. Hope trails by 1, 44-43, 14 and change remaining. Shanker has it tipped from behind by Bishop. There's a pretty good defensive crew on the floor right now for Greg Mitchell's Dutchman.
Yeah, this is, I'm guessing your offense probably got to come from Sanchez or Hovey here, but on defense right now, I mean, everybody can really mark up with their guy pretty well. Need Howell to stay in front of Okello. Good job by Parker.
Oh, and the ball got loose, and Okello for the 2nd time in this game picks up for 2 in his break and fills it. Hope did everything right. Inside, Howell on the feet from Bishop. Another good tandem.
Freshman was sleeping on that backside, Mike. He didn't get back in time. Man, it is hot right now in DeVos.
It is indeed. Hope has not led since the 3-2 deficit. Howard just 2 points today, and he misses badly the 3-point ace off the bench. Hovey wielding. Hook pass inside to Howell with Okello on him. Nice pass inside to Sanchez. High off the window. Dancing off and scoring is Sanchez. Hope takes the lead with 13:24 remaining.
Look at this, Mike Sanchez, the body control, the finesse. That guy is an all-star. Let's go, Mike. Hope up 1 here. Let's take a break.
I ain't afraid of no ghost. Sanchez, the freshman, down deep on the Anchor Network. We'll be right back.
My name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. I kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
A supercharged DeVos Fieldhouse on this sunny Saturday afternoon. I'll tell you, we don't have official stats because the technology has been off all day today. But Hope had a 3-2 lead early on. They trailed by 11, 23-12. Since then, Hope has outscored Olivet 35-23, and they take their first lead since the 3-minute mark of the first half. Richardson streaking, lofting, put back, no, tipped away. Run down by Rigg. Going up high off the window. Rigg with the window kiss.
Couple of really good defensive defense to offense possessions for Hope right now. Their momentum is huge as Sanchez gets absolutely smoked.
Sanchez ran into an Okello screen, giving away 7 inches and about 50 pounds as he was absolutely blindsided.
Okello gave a little bit of extra on that screen as well.
Sanchez might have to check out. Got a grimace on his face as he will take a breather. Looks like Newhouse and Warman will check in. Is
That's
that
a
Lee
good sign.
Hardy?
That's Lee Hardy coming
Good
back
to see Lee Hardy for Olivet coming back in. Schenker at the line, misses it short.
See, he got wrapped up a little bit, it looks like, on that left knee. He's just wearing a little bit of one of those athletic...
Pressure brace, yeah.
Keep pressure. So I'm guessing there's no tear, nothing bad. Must just been... Guessing he'll have some swelling in the morning.
I like how we saw the replay, how Rig took it. He leaned back just a little bit to keep Kretschmann at bay.
Rig has 8 here today.
He's been something else. Talked to his parents before the game. Coming off that career high 9 on Wednesday. And a rare double miss by Sean Schenker. Hope with a 3-point lead, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Hovey working the wheel inside the Newhouse double team. Hovey, low post, had the ball poked away by Howard. Oh, Sam Hargraves wants a challenge. So correct me on this, Matt. If you lose a challenge, do you lose a timeout?
In Division III, you do for sure. I think you just get 1 per half, too. You could see, did you hear Hargraves yelling at Howard? He said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And he said, "I'm 100% positive."
Okay.
It was off his leg. So
well, let's keep it here.
The tape says.
Let's see what the tape. What we don't have is stat tapes. We don't have any stats going on. But what we do know in the other action going on in the Michigan Intercollegiate, let's see if I remember this. The Michigan
You got it.
Intercollegiate College Association. The
Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association.
Oh, that's right. It's not MIAA. I'm thinking of
There's
YMCA.
also, when you look up MIAA on Google, do you get Mid-America?
Yeah.
Or Mid-Inter.
It's another MIAA conference. We get no love, but going on in our MIAA.
Yeah.
Calvin has extended the lead to 7 over Trine with 11:38 left, and the meaning of that game would be if Calvin wins, that would push them to 8-4. Trine would fall to 9-3, and regardless of Hope wins, a win or a loss by the Flying Dutchman, a Hope win would put them in tie for first, and a loss would put them in sole possession second.
So refs do find, in fact, so Olivet is going to win that official review. So they keep their timeout here.
Nice work by Kretschmann to be absolutely sure on that.
I think that was Howard.
Or, I'm sorry, Howard, yes. Hope leads 49-46. Full court defense being applied. Rigg, Bishop, Warman, Newhouse, and Hovey. And Hope's played without Yant really for much of the second half. Their leading scorer in this game with 14. He's been on the bench. Richardson.
It's not your typical Hope lineup in here, but they've been really good for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, Howe was good in there as well. Bishop playing one of his best games. Howard being hounded by Bishop. 9-8 on the shot clock. Skipper. Olivet stuck in this backcourt. Inside to Skipper. High off the window. Skips off, and Hovey with a tough carom. Good defense by the Dutch. 12 minutes straight up remaining. Looks like a little zone by Hope. 3-ball on the way. Put back by Warren. Santa Maria. Left in the air. In stride and put it off the window.
Wow. Werman
saved his first basket to give Hope their biggest lead at 5. Hardy double team.
Stay tough. Tall.
Hook. That one pops out. Hovey did all he can do defensively.
Yeah, that's big for him not to get a foul there. He's just got 1, so he's in okay shape, but.
Newhouse skips it out. Bishop, 18-foot corner, you betcha. Career high for Carter Bishop. Give him 8. And
How
Hope's
about
biggest
him and
lead.
Rigg coming off the bench? I did not have that on my bingo card.
No. How about a 13-2 Hope run after being down 44-40?
Bishop's going to get a foul here. Off ball. Hope up 7. Largest lead of the game here, Mike.
Incredible. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. Hope with a 13-2 run to take their biggest lead here on the Anchor Network.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Our last regular season broadcast of the year today, and we've seen a dandy one. Hope up by 7, 53-46. And Matt, we will not call Hope basketball until they finish in the top 4 in the MIAA. It's looking good as we close out. It's never over till it's over, but any more basketball with you and I in the call will be extracurricular.
Yeah, and that would be a joy here, Mike, because I'll be thinking of you for the next 8 months. Can't wait until next season, but hope that we'll be able to get some, you know, couple more games here in DeVos. Be nice if we were able to host the entire MIAA tournament. If not, we'd probably get that 3-6 matchup, most likely.
Right, the top 2 seeds will have a bye, and they'll host in their first game. The skipper misses. Olivet just ice cold. Hovey the rebound. And then the 3 and 4 seeds will host against 3 will play 6, and 4 will host 5. So that's how the tournament breaks down. Boy, tremendous run by Hope. They had not had a run the entire game. And Olivet, still without stat sheets, has not been able to make a shot. They're 0 for their last 5. Hovey step back 3. That would have brought the house down, and Schenker with the rebound. Hovey with 5 points. Came in averaging almost 18 a game. But Hope sees balance. Bishop on Richardson. Push shot, too strong. Another rebound by Hovey.
And Olivet has gone ice cold in this second half.
Hovey 1 on 3, comes away empty. Great vet defense. Schenker trap. Olivet with the numbers. Howard, corner. Misses everything. And contact. And it's going the other way. Are they going to call that on Olivet's Richardson?
Yeah, that's on Richardson.
And a nice bit of sportsmanship as Marcus Warman helps out Nate Richardson. Boy, Howard had the look.
On the other way, you can see over here, they got tied up a little bit. I think it was a little bit of good acting by Bishop, but he got him tied up in a precarious position. How about Rig and Bishop? They've played since the 16-minute mark, Mike.
Yeah, incredible. Warman with a leaner. Hovey tried to time it, but he got the offensive rebound. Nowhere to go, and a good block by Skipper, fielded by Newhouse with 15 to shoot. And Hope is going to try and settle things down. Warman, rejected by Skipper. Picked up by Kretschmann.
Skipper owns that paint here today.
He does. Schenker for 3. Side iron. Offensive rebound. 2 decent offensive rebounds on this team, but taken away inside the rig. That one rejected by Skipper.
They're just not calling anything, Mike. I mean, look at for either of these guys.
Yeah, they're letting them go. So no foul called on that play. Hope will inbound.
Totally swallowed their whistle here.
Bishop, a little taller, gave it away to Rig, and they had Skipper lurking from the backdrop. Hovey goes up strong, and Hovey once again hits the deck, and he'll go to the line. They're going to call that. They're going to call that on Okello. This is a tough stretch now for Olivet, Matt.
Yeah.
If they want to get back in the game at the 9-minute mark, they don't need a 10-0 run. They need a basket.
Well, I mean, looking right now, Mike, they only have 6 points in this half, 11 minutes in.
That's right.
They're up 40-33, so how about Hope right now? 20-6 run here in the first 11 to play.
Good pull, Matt, and I tell you, we don't have stats. The
Good
stat
minutes there
machine
by
are down.
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. He's got a career-high 8, and he's done it on both ends. We have not had the benefit of stats. We have no idea what Olivet is shooting in the second half. Let's just say it's abysmal. Parker Hovey with 5 points in this game. Make it 6. 54-46, biggest lead. It's been a 19-point change, and Marcus Gorman will get the foul in the backcourt.
See, this is what I'm worried about as things are getting really volatile here between coaches, referees, and players on the court right now. I know you can't see at home, but it's
You
getting
can't
vicious.
feel it at home,
You can't feel it. But Mike, this is what I'm worried about is now every foul or missed call feels massive. And that's not what you want if you're a referee. You've got to get control of it.
Matt, I'm going to go back to what you talked about in the pregame keys of the game. Olivet, not a good free throw shooting team. Not only that, they don't go to the line a lot. And down by 8, Schenker has missed 3 straight from the free throw line. Skipper picks up the miss into Okello. Fresh shot clock. Howard, 3 ball. It's not been his day. Chased down. It'll stay with Olivet with 14 to shoot. And you hate to have a game come down to free throws, but sometimes it is what it is. Sam Howard, he's been absolutely on fire. 15 points a game in his last 6, 64% three-point shooting his last 6, and he has yet to hit a shot today. As he checks out, Newhouse checks out for Hope.
If you're coming in this game, you got to be ready for a fight because everybody. I just saw Sanchez come out of the game and got knocked in the nose again. You're ready to be physical right now.
Now they're tightening things up, a little reach-in foul on Rigg, but and to Avery's credit, he was absolutely sidelined by a backcourt screen. You know, it's funny, you look at players' evolutions. Parker Hovey, the junior, he didn't say 2 words his first 2 years, and now he's the most vocal leader, and you interviewed him after a game.
Yeah, I had a chance to interview him before and after that Adrian game and get to know him a little bit. We talked for an hour and a half, and he's as good of a kid as you can see at 21 years old. He's already married, Mike.
Is that right?
He's already married. We're talking about that. And he's turning 21 this year, and he was a really nice, really sweet kid. And you know, when he's on the court, there's a different version of him that comes out.
There's no sweet from Parker Hovey. He is all business. As that stems the bleeding for Olivet. What did you say, Matt? A 26 run since halftime. And Richardson's first point of the second half. He sinks a pair. Olivet hanging around, down by 6. Full court pressure once again. An Olivet team that gives up 73 points a game. They score 76. Pretty much the same numbers for Hope. A lot of similar stats. Rigg. Shake Schenker. Marcus looking for room. Has his pass rejected. Gets it back into Hove and picks up a jump. Pick up and will take it. Rigg with it, or excuse me, Cargill in the backcourt trying for the steal. But a big response basket is Howe just Johnny on the spot.
Hope ratcheted up on defense. Here's Yant in the ball game now. 8 to play, playing with 3 fouls.
Yeah, you got to play the numbers.
You got to help him here. Help. Don't leave him one-on-one.
Skipper, turnaround money. That is just a veteran touch by Skipper.
He's in double digits now. He's got 11, Mike.
He's not had great career versus Hope, just 8 points a game and 40% shooting, and he doesn't get volume field goal attempts against Hope, just 8 a game in his career, but he's showing up today. And none bigger. Bring it down to a 6-point Hope lead with the basketball. Hope's just trying to wind it down. Marcus got a step on Richard, another block. And now Connor Skipper is the all-time shot block leader in Olivet history. He must have 5 today, Matthew.
I know going into this game he had 47, Mike. Leads the MIAA.
And a foul on Yant. Boy, you just see all that physicality.
It's not when you want to use that one either.
Time it on the court. A battle with plenty of time remaining. 7:03 left. Hope up by 6 on the Anchor Network.
At Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, innovation unleashed.
Big shout out to one of our favorites from Sarasota, Florida, Scott Watson, giving me my broadcast instructions today. Scott, one of our favorite human beings, and always good with a couple texts of tasty tidbits in our communique. Scott, I hope it's warm and sunny where you are. It's 45 degrees, 48 degrees on the lakeshore. We'll take it. It might be a little bit warmer in Sarasota. He might have one long pant leg and one short, if I know Scott.
No, and the other one might be Scott Vandershoe. I'm sure he's watching somewhere.
That's right.
They usually, if he was here, they'd find a way to get the camera on him and watch him the whole game.
Yeah, Scott Vanderstoop on Marco Island, my football broadcaster here on the Hope College Anchor Network. Am I allowed to say that Scott Watson might be having an adult margarita down in Florida? I think so.
We usually just say root beer, and everybody reads between the lines.
And Vanderstoop's he's had something in a fancy drink, I'm sure. Skipper hits the free throw. But here we're in the bowels of winter here on the lakeshore, trying to make it a 4-point deficit. Skipper dances one in. 56-52 Hope. Olivet was down 7 points in the second half. Hope was down 11 in the first half, going nowhere. Brendan Cargill still looking for his first points for Hope, and a takeaway. Skipper's been everywhere on this court today.
Skipper has just been that anchor down low, right in the paint, camping out. Another great possession by him.
I would like to see Hope players pay a little bit more attention to what's going on. They're harping on the officials.
Just play your game.
Play your game.
Get that out. Understand it's physical the rest of the way. You got under 7 to play. It's a 2-possession game now. Understand that the game's going to be physical, Mike, so just keep playing. Keep playing your game. Focus on what you got to do. Don't focus on the refs.
Hope's next game will be Wednesday as they travel to Kresge Gymnasium. If you've ever been to Kresge, it's one of the most iconic gyms. It's small, it's noisy, it's raucous, and it's a tough place to win, as Hope will be at Albion starting at the tip at 7:30. Olivet will be at home against Adrian, and then the game Saturday.
And I'll be here on Wednesday. The women's team has to avenge their overtime loss to Albion from earlier this season on the road. That gave them 2 losses with that one in Trine. So Hope now with an opportunity on the women's side to win against Olivet on Wednesday, or I'm sorry, against Albion, and then a win on Saturday against Trine, so they can avenge those 2 losses and try to win the MIAA.
And Trine women have no losses in conference play,
yeah.
Is that right?
Trine is undefeated, but Hope could find a way to catch up to them. They need a little help today, so kind of score watching that one as well.
Charles Hall with another reach-in foul on Skipper. Well, we had Olivet not being able to hit a shot, and now Hope's got to get through some foul adversity. What do you got, Matt?
Yeah, Mike, I got an update for you. With under 2 to play in Albion, Michigan, Kalamazoo and Albion are in a dogfight. Kalamazoo up 1, looking for their first MIAA win against Albion, who's probably that 5 seed.
And trying to disrupt the apple cart if you're the Hornets.
And Calvin absolutely pulled away from Trine, up 21 now at home with 6 to play. So they're just about clearing Trine out here, up 21. Man, Trine has shot awful from the field.
And Trine beat Calvin by 20, shooting 72% in the second half from the last go-around. So Calvin getting back.
So barring that, if that ends up becoming a Trine loss, barring a miracle, that means this game just got even more important for winning the MIAA.
Sanchez, good to see him back in the game for a push pass in the corner to Hovey, working baseline. Hardy got in the way on Hovey, and Hovey's going to go to the line. Good ball motion by the Dutchman.
That's Hovey's game. He's just trying to get to the line as much as possible. The whistle has not played in his favor, so now is one of his best opportunities here.
I like how Howell was in position on the weak side for the offensive board to moot point.
Olivet doesn't play more than 8 guys, and really they play 7 when you think about Stambaugh being that 8th guy, Mike. But right now, in their starters, that's so Shanker's got 2, Freshman has 3, Richardson only has 1. Okello and Skipper both have 3.
Oh, good point.
So
yeah, they've only played 3 off the bench.
Come into play here down the stretch.
Both teams in the bonus. Olivet, due to Hope's 10 fouls in the double bonus. Howell trying to play strong on Skipper. Yant out of the game at the moment. He's got 4. Shot clock winding. Right elbow. Richardson kick out. Schenker for the 3 ball. Rolls one home. We got a tie ball game.
That's what he does.
Sean Schenker in double digits with 12, coming back from being down 7. Rigg, no look inside to Howell. Might have got away with a walk. Kick out. Rigg settles things down top of the key. Sanchez has it tipped away. Quickly to Schenker. Contact is Rigg with a bump. And Olivet will get 2 free throws on every Hope foul for the rest of the way. Well, we talked about Olivet's ability to come back in games. They were down with 7 minutes left against Calvin at Olivet on Wednesday. They came back to win. Schenker at the line.
So he makes that one. That's his first free throw he's made, Mike, but he's got 10 now. And he's had 3 threes so far here. He went through a little bit of a dry spell, but when he's needed to, he has been instant offense, especially in a game where Howard hasn't been much of a factor.
Yeah, Schenker elbow. I may be wrong, don't quote me 100%, but I believe Olivet now is on an 8-point run. I believe it was 57-50 Hope, and Olivet leads 58-57.
No, I think it was 56-50.
Okay. Well, so we had a 7-point lead at one point.
8-1, yeah.
Okay.
8-1 run.
Here we go. Thank you, Matt. Hope needs a basket. 5 and change left in this one. In regulation, I should say.
Keep moving the ball. That's not the matchup.
Hovey, Euro step. They're going to call goaltending. Yes, they are. Give Hovey the basket. Give him 9. Somebody cupped that. Was that Okello? Or? Oh, yeah, it was Okello coming from the weak side. Wow. Okello has really developed into a steady player on both ends for Olivet. Richardson's been bottled up for the most part in the second half, just 4 points. Okello inside, hook pass down to Skipper.
Pass.
Great pass. That's a great look, big to big.
This is the best of the MIAA right here, Mike.
You betcha. Tremendous battle. Olivet with a 1-game lead over Hope and trying for first place. And they lead by 1. Warman, 3 ball on the way. Too strong, picks up his miss. Inside, the finger roll now, and Marcus is hammered. He's going to the free throw line.
You know, something I really love about Skipper, I know he's getting a lot of it here from this home Hope crowd right now, but Mike, he is a good sport, and he's somebody that he's not really ever intentionally physical. No. He's just a really big body, but he does the best he can to be able to keep himself in check. He doesn't play too aggressive. He's just really big.
Marcus Warman, if he makes his free throw, he will join the 1,000-point club, the 46th Hope player to do it in history, as he comes to the line as a career 76% free throw shooter. And welcome to the club, Marcus Warman, on senior day. In his 101st game, and Marcus is fired up. Give him 4. We got a tie contest, 60-all, as Warman comes out on Richardson. What do you do here, Wayner, if you're Olivet?
I think you go down to a big Okello or Skipper and try to set something up. He's too far away from the basket.
And a little hook elbow by Skipper on Newhouse. That's going to be an offensive foul. Timeout on the court with 3:57 left as you look at the replay.
Wow. How about this here, Mike? 60-60. This Hope crowd is all in it. We got 3:57 to play. I got no idea what's going to happen. We have a great finish ahead of us.
Yeah, we do. We'll take a quick one, 30 seconds. We'll be back after this on the Anchor Network. Live at DeVos Fieldhouse, I've got the former voice of Hope College women's basketball, Greg Chandler, who's sitting in front of us. He's called 15 buzzer beaters in his career. Lucas Simmel can attest to that, one of the Hope fan favorites. His contract gives him 5 a year. I have never called a buzzer beater. Today's the day.
Well, I've been on a couple here already this year with Casey Rutledge, so maybe some of my luck will rub off on you here today. Let's hope for it.
Casey Rutledge, my longtime broadcast partner on the van, was part of Matt's buzzer beater when Marcus Warman nailed it, the game winner against Wheaton. And Greg Chandler, I should tell, full disclosure, sitting in front of us doing the media today.
We had that one and the Platteville one. That one not in favor of Hope, but the Marcus Warman one was against Wheaton earlier this year.
60-60. Hovey dodging in traffic inside to Yan. He's got to hurry. Hope might have got away with a 3-second call as they get the shot away. And Yanko's on the court. And that'll stay with Hope. Shot clock at 18. Big clock at 3:41.
Yant playing with 4. Rig playing with 4. We got 3:41 to play. I'm guessing Coach Mitchell is like, let's get all we can out of Yant here. It was minus 10,000 today that Yant was going to foul out of this game, I can tell you that much.
Good offensive rebound by Yant, and Sam Hargraves to our left. We talk about Sam all the time because the Olivet bench is right in front of us, screaming, saying, you know, you can call a 3-second call. Timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here, 60-60. We still do not have stats. Olivet with a 7-point lead at halftime. They were up by 11 in the first half. Hope came back with a huge run, 35-23. After being down by 11, they took a 7-point lead. Olivet tied it with an 8-1 run, and we are still tied with a lot of time left, 60-60. Trine tied with Hope for second place in the conference, trailing and running out of time against Calvin, trailing 74-58 with 4 minutes left.
And it's Albion that ends up squeaking it out against K.
Is that right?
So K will remain winless. Albion right behind. I think that makes them 6-6 now in the MIAA. So they're behind Calvin. If Calvin wins, they will improve to 8-4. And then I think
Adrian and Alma are battling out for the last playoff spot.
And Adrian just won big.
Yeah, and Adrian's going to stay in 6th place. And Alma falls back to 3-9. It does not get any easier for Alma on Wednesday if they want to get back
and that may lock Calvin in.
Well, Calvin plays Alma on Wednesday. That's my point. It will lock Calvin in.
Well, but Calvin now at 8-4. I guess that makes that game against Hope really important.
Big time. Hovey goes down. He's going to the line on the Olivet foul. Yeah, so Calvin 2 games ahead of Albion. And they look like they're going to stay ahead, 2 games ahead of Albion for 4th place. And I think Calvin, Albion defeated Calvin this year one time, so I don't know what the tiebreaker is on that. I think it would give it to Calvin as Hovey with a big free throw. Hovey got a lot of points today. He had 33 the last go-around against Olivet. Give him 10. Double figures. How about double figures? 32 of the last 37 games for Parker Hovey.
Wow. His game just continues to progress. And now it's every possession matters now.
2 big free throws for Parker Hovey. came in as a 68% free throw shooter his career. Stopping, popping, missing badly is Richardson.
And Richardson really went quiet. He had 14 first half points, and he's just got, or I'm sorry, you have 12. He only had 4 here in the second half. So he really went quiet, but Skipper's been carrying that load, and so is Shanker.
Yeah, just 20 points for Olivet in the second half. Yant tries to razzle-dazzle. He hits the deck. And Yant in considerable amount of pain. Is he holding his shoulder?
Yeah, it looks like, I think his shoulder might have popped out back.
Well, we don't want to speculate. He's trying to shake it off.
Yeah.
But he's holding his left shoulder, that's for sure. He's a football player at Zeeland West. He's a tough kid. He's going to try and stay in the game. That's not his shooting arm, but that's a moot point. Hope, for the most part, really at the healthiest they've been really in the last 4 or 5 seasons. They had Hovey out for, what, 3 games? And that's
Worman's
really
played the entire season. Howell was injured at the beginning of the year a little bit, but he's been healthy since then. Block had a little bit of an ankle issue, and that was kind of when Yant was able to take over that starting spot.
Yant, big free throw coming up. He missed 2 free throws late in the win against Olivet, but Olivet couldn't connect on the last-second shot, and he misses 2. Hovey clears it, taps it out to Warman, and a timeout for Hope bench. They had 1 to burn. Timeout, 3:05 on the big clock, and a break for Hope College, up by 2. We'll keep it here.
So 62-60, I think. So Hope just checked Bishop in. Bishop's got 8 here. I imagine he tried to do that without Hargrave seeing to see if maybe he's going to try and set up Bishop for a 3-point try here.
A little update from Calvin. 6-point run by Trine. Doesn't seem like much, but they get back to within 10 of the Knights with 2:05 to play. In that one from Van Ord Arena in Grand Rapids. Overway pedestrian day for him, 13 points, just 9 shots, but Luca Ressler with 12, Trevon Winkle with 10, and 19 points by Jaden Bradshaw to lead Trine, and 16 for Nate Tucker. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll have all the updated scores at the end of this broadcast. So the way it stands right now, Adrian in the 6th and final playoff spot with a game lead over Alma. Albion in 5th place, Calvin in 4th. Hope and Trine tied for 2nd, and Olivet trying to win their first outright title since 1972. They won it back in 17 and 18, and I'll never forget, at Olivet, Hope's worst loss of the year. And then Hope came back, defeated the Comets on their court, then they beat them in the championship tournament final.
Back here on the court, looks like Lee Hardy was trying to check in. And Mike, both these teams, I think it's important to note, are both in the double bonus now here in the second half. So down the stretch here, how is that free throw shooting going to come into play? Hope has not shot well from the free throw line at all today, but neither is Olivet on the entirety of the season.
Agreed. Hope at 72.5%. That's 4th best in the league. Olivet second to last at 66%. We shall see. Hope with the basketball. Jared Rigg back in the game. He's played a fine game. Hovey thought he was going to lean in. Nowhere to go. Skip pass. Razzle dazzle by Bishop. He's in double figures for the first time in a Hope uniform as he spins it off the reverse window.
Nice play by Bishop right there. Was not expecting him to have 10 here in this one, but
coming of age is Carter Bishop, the sophomore.
He's growing up right before our very eyes, Mike.
Richardson being hounded by Warman. Not in my house. Who else but Marcus Warman on Richardson this late in the game? Kretschmann whirls. He stepped on the end line. Huge break for Hope. Here comes Hardy back in for the Olivet Comets. I don't know. I can't tell.
Well, Kretschmann just wanted the push, I think.
There's a better angle. Yeah, he was out of bounds for sure. Full court being applied once again by Olivet. Not the greatest defensive team, but they showed it today, and they've really come on, like Matt alluded to, really in starting in conference play. They had a very tough non-conference schedule. They took a lot of lumps against D2 teams. Hovey, no look. Olivet kind of in a loose man-to-man. Newhouse nowhere to go. Warman stepped on the end line. Back-to-back turnovers on the end line with 1:51 to play. And here comes Sam Howard for Olivet. Three-point prowess comes into the game. Yant back in is going to roll the dice with 4 malfeasance. Okello playing with 4.
Yant still nursing that left arm, it looks like.
He sure is.
Curious to see if we'll find anything out after the game about what that might be.
Skipper out at the moment, interesting enough for Olivet. Howard backs it up. Bishop on him. Boy, Bishop just playing with a different intensity today. Okello high off the window. And he fills it. He went between Hovey and Yant. Big basket for the Comets. Trying to streak their way to a victory, down 2.
Got to make a really good possession here, Mike. Get your best 2-point field goal right now, up 2. Get your best 2-point field goal.
Yep, work that clock down. Rigg, he's poised. Nice feed inside. Yant, reverse layup. Rigg finds his big. Yant connects.
That's been the guy today. He's got 16.
First basket of the second half for Yant. Couldn't come at a better time than the Hope fans. Trying to bring their team home on senior day. Richardson trapped topside. Over to Howard. Working on Bishop. The lean in. And bounces off. Great move by Howard. He'll earn it at the line for 2 shots. Heady move by Howard. Sophomore out of Plymouth, Michigan.
Yeah, Bishop, while he's done on the offensive end, he's been good defensively too.
Yes, he has.
Getting that foul there. Oh, they're going to get that on Yant. I didn't realize that.
You know, I looked at the replay. Yant's arms were just completely in the air, not leaning in. So Yant will foul out of this basketball game with 16 points. Simon Newhouse in. And the sophomore, Orion Yant, out of Zeeland West High School with another 16-point performance. He's averaged over 16 in his last 7 games. Double figures in 10 of his last 15, and Hope will have to win without him. Howard at the line. Free throw was good. We do not have stats. Olivet not a good free throw shooting team, but Howard on the year, 75%. Second best on the team behind Kretschmann. So the lefty.
How about Bishop in the game right now, down the stretch, huge.
And a save by Hovey.
Saves it. Here we go.
3-point lead for Hope. 1 possession lead with 43 seconds. Timeout, Greg Mitchell. He'll have 1 timeout after this, as both teams will head to the bench.
All right, so you got 41 seconds to play, 24 on the shot clock, Mike. So 17-second difference. To me, I'm thinking about, like we were just talking about that last possession, 3-point. They do have 3-pointer. They have Shanker and Howard, so you got to think that they can set up their best 3-point look. So if you're Hope right now, well, Yant's out of the game. How can you draw something up that has an option where it's Werman driving, able to have a look to both Hovey and Bishop, I would think. I'm sending Bishop to the corner and saying, if you're open, you're going to shoot it.
And I want to go back to Olivet's end. Don't forget, Nathan Richardson, he doesn't shoot a ton of 3 balls, but he's 40% on the year. He's had a quiet second half, but the big strategery comes in, how far the clock works down. If Hope comes away empty, you got to figure they're going to, if they can't feed it inside quick, they're going to settle for a good look 3. We'll see.
Well, and I think most importantly here, if you're Hope, take all 24 seconds. I think that's the most important part.
You have to.
Because you don't want to give Olivet then a chance to win the game. So
absolutely
even
true.
if you miss your shot, make it be something they have to tie it with a 3 here.
Here we go. How about Jared Rigg working away? Shanker on Rigg. Freshman on sophomore. 31 seconds on the clock, 13 on the shot clock. Rigg over to Warman. Works off the high screen from Newhouse. Warman tries a back cut to Hovey. Loose basketball picked up by Hovey. He's got to launch it. And he didn't know the shot clock was going.
It's okay.
The shot clock violation.
Not the end of the world. They got to draw something up here.
Timeout situation. Hope with 1. Olivet with 1. Olivet's going to use the timeout. No, they're not. They're going to save it. So Olivet has to go the length of the court. Both teams with 1 timeout left. Sam Carlson comes into the game, the senior. for Hope, and now we have a timeout.
Is that Hope? Hope took a full timeout. Let's stay right here.
Sure.
So Hope's taking the timeout to draw up something to be able to give some pressure here to them, and then I'm sure Olivet will get into the half court. If they like something, they'll take it. If not, they're going to call a timeout. And that's what you have to tell Richardson. Don't panic. When you have the ball in your hands, don't panic, okay? If you need to call a timeout, we have one left in the bag if we need to. Let's draw up something that we like. It doesn't, I mean, they've been so good in the paint, so a 2 doesn't really help you here unless you want to foul and then force Hope to hit their free throws. But with this much time left, I think they're just going to draw up their best look, and you have options. You got Schenker and you have Howard, and I think it's got to be one of those two or Richardson. I don't think they'll let Creshman shoot it. So,
question, Connor Skipper has not been on the game. Has he fouled out? We have no way of knowing because we don't have a stat sheet in front of us.
I don't remember.
Why would he not?
Why would he not be in the game?
I mean, I would at least have that option to feed him because he's a good free throw shooter, and he shoots very well down low. Two-time all-conference
foul out
player.
a few minutes ago?
Maybe he did because
he had 3 with like 6 to play,
and that escaped us. That's so we apologize. It is very tough without a stat sheet in front of us.
Calvin squeaked out that win by 8.
Okay, so Calvin
is 8-4 now.
All alone in 4th place. Trine with a loss falls to 3rd place.
Trine 9-3. Hope here 9-2. Olivet 10-1.
Full court pressure for the Dutchman. Hope up by 3. 14 seconds left. Schenker and Rigg fights to the screen. Schenker still in the backcourt, and Hovey with a reach-in foul. Okay, not a bad foul. 7 seconds left. Schenker's going to get 2 at the line. So that's actually a good call.
Skipper must be fouled out because this would be a perfect opportunity for him to come back in and try to get a rebound, right?
Right. I like that call, that foul by Hovey.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
You got to box out, though. Schenker, the freshman, knocks down his 11th point. It's a 2-point ball game.
An intentional miss, you think? Yeah. Intentionally miss?
I would think it would have to, as Levi Stambaugh, the freshman out of Mason, former Bulldog 3-point shooter, checks into the game.
2 of their best rebounds here, Okello and Creshman.
Yep.
They don't have a timeout, do they?
Hope has 1 left to burn, yes. So both teams now have used all their timeouts. Here's the scenario. A free throw coming up by Schenker and Olivet, down by 2. We'll see what type of strategery you draw up. I think you purposely try to miss it.
You might.
Because you'll have to.
You have 1 left, don't you? No, Olivet doesn't.
No, because they have. Because
yeah, so you have to. Because I was gonna say, if you have a timeout left, you could probably make it foul, get the ball back, and timeout, and have a shot.
Perhaps,
but not without a timeout. I think they're gonna have to.
I'm glad I'm on this side. I'm glad I don't have to think about those things. The mushroom between my ears doesn't really process that stuff very well. We know Schenker's 75% today. He's got 11 points. We have no idea what Olivet has shot as a team today, due to our
I like Newhouse and Hovey down there to get a rebound. They'll box out, fight for it.
Schenker to get them within a 1 point. Short, rebound Mims. Foul Olivet. And we have not seen Justice Mims for the last 12 minutes of this game.
Doesn't have a point yet.
And the senior from Rochester Hills
on senior day. He could make 2 to ice the game, Mike.
Justice Mims on the year. 84% free throw shooter. 26 of 31, 76% for his career, playing in his 100th game on senior day. Justice Mims. He can literally ice this with 2 makes. And the dribble drop. I was kvetching a little bit there. Are you not entertained, MIAA faithful? 67, 64. I don't know, Sam.
That might have iced it, Mike. The senior on senior day.
Senior coming up big.
He was scoreless. For 39 minutes, he was scoreless. But when they needed him, he hit 2.
Hope's got to play it smart. Kretschmann can't get it in. Schenker in the backcourt. Over to Kretschmann. Lofts up a 40-footer. And that is the ball game. Hope College has defeated the first place Olivet Comets as Greg Mitchell and Sam Hargroves, the head coaches, so much respect for those two, meet in the middle. And what a game, as good as advertised. Hope comes out on top, 68-64.
Absolutely fantastic, Mike, in a game where they're able to finish that. We should probably see if we can get Justice to come on and talk about that on Senior Day. Let's give him his honors.
All right.
But Mike, in this one here, are you going to go grab him? Okay. Well, let's take a 30-second break here, guys, and then we'll be back here in about 30 seconds, see if we can bring Justice on. We'll be right back here on the Anchor Network.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Back here at DeVos, as we're seeing all the players celebrate, talk to all the crowd. It's absolutely fantastic here. So many people came out here in this game. We're getting Justice to come on here as he's all smiles here in this one. I'm going to get him set up here. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Good, dude. Here you go.
It was good to win.
Here.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm here live, Matt, here with Justice Mims. Hey, man, a game where you had nothing here in 39 minutes, but when it mattered, what was going through your mind there at the end there to hit those 2 free throws?
Honestly, man, all I could think about was my team, bro. Like, I want us to play back at DeVos so badly because we deserve it. We put in so much work in the offseason and the preseason. So, I mean, I just wanted to reward my guys for how hard they played, seriously. So I couldn't think about anything else about that.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it reminds me here a few days ago when we talked to Orion, he said the same thing. I mean, what's that been like here in this stretch? You guys now 10-2. How much you guys just love each other? And we can see that. I mean, you go 11 deep on this bench and guys that want to play.
Yeah.
What's that camaraderie like to know that Bishop can come in and play those minutes? Rake can come in and play those minutes?
Man, it's really trust. And I love the culture that we've been able to build up. Like, I know it's a cliche saying, like, next man up, but genuinely, we trust every single player on this team. We could put in the 20th man on our roster, and I truly believe that he will give us everything and exactly what we need out of him.
In a game here, I mean, you guys able to squeak this one out by 4, but I mean, such a physical game here in, here out. What were the things you guys were talking about there in the huddle, just like with how physical it was?
I would say just poise and finding that middle, especially on offense. Finding the middle and just trying to take what the defense gave us. And then on defense, just making sure we were animals, man. Like, we had everything on our side with the fans, Senior Day. So it was just an amazing crowd, an amazing atmosphere, and then just amazing dudes on that bench and on this team, seriously.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, man. 68-64, and you guys 10-2 now.
Yes, sir.
Tied with Olivet, but have that win on the tie break. So a couple of big ones left. Go get that win at Albion.
Thank you, man.
And the next one next week. Thanks for coming, man.
Of course. You have a great day, man.
Yeah,
Stay
you
blessed.
too. So we'll bring Mike back on here. Thanks again, man.
100%, man.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you two. Because at Van Andel Institute,
I want to thank Justice Mims for providing some very sweaty headphones because he.
Yeah, we're back. We're good.
I'm kidding. Justice Mims, I've so enjoyed watching him play. I can't believe he's a senior. And I know you talked about this, Matthew, but 2 points in the game with 7 seconds on the line. Ices the game for his teammates on senior day. So poetic.
I know. And he was talking about that. He just said, dude, it's trust. He said, we'll go 20 guys deep, and we know that we trust these guys. Same thing that Orion was saying the other day, and that's a testament to the culture and to this team, and for them to be able to fight in a really physical game and to go try and get 2 more to be able to win the MIAA. So let's zoom out. This is the best case scenario for Hope. Trine loses 9-3 for Trine. Hope now ahead of the MIAA at 10-2, tied with Olivet at 10-2, but they do hold that tiebreaker because they won 2 of them. So that makes Albion a really important game, as well as Calvin next week. Calvin now 8-4. So Hope can, I think, at least get a share if they win against Olivet, or I'm sorry, against Albion, or is it really just going to depend? Olivet still has those 2 left as well.
Yeah, it might be too far away to speculate. All we know is that Olivet and Hope are tied in the conference, and it was just a great win. If you would have told me that the top 3 scores for Hope in the second half, like 8 minutes in, had a combined 6 points, or maybe even earlier, and had a chance to win this game, I wouldn't have believed you, but they somehow balanced it out. Credit Jarrett Rigg, Carter Bishop, Charles Howlett, a really good game today. It was just it's a word that's often overused, but it was a tremendous team effort today.
Yeah, and that was the same thing, to repeat what Justice was saying. He said, it sounds like a cliche, but it's next man up for us. And Rigg and Bishop, man, I mean, at any point they wanted to, they were just ready. They were just ready to come in and impact this game. So not able to look everything from a stat perspective now, but I don't think you need stats in one like this, because it was quite an emotional up and down here at DeVos.
Well, a fantastic win, 68-64. If you are just catching a part of the broadcast, Hope College on senior day started their 4 seniors, and Parker Hovey. I credit Olivet to really have a great game plan against the top scorers for Hope, and Warman was quiet until the end when he had some great defense, and Cargill was not a factor offensively, but then Parker had to earn every point he had. But Olivet is such a tough team. You go through a season and you wonder, are they for real? Are they for real? They keep knocking teams off. This team's for real.
They're for real. They're for real. I said to you at a break, Mike, I was like, I thought they were a year away. These guys are here right now, and they are good. It's a good team that knows who they are, and glad to see that Hardy didn't come out of the game as he looks healthy and he's able to play for them as well.
Yeah,
but
good stuff.
I mean,
there.
From 1 through 8 for them today were just massive, and just a credit to them, and they're still a team that they're not out of it for the MIAA. So we still have 2 games left. Every game matters here. So once again, that's Hope up top of the MIAA, 10-2, Olivet right behind them, and then Trine at 9-3, and Calvin at 8-4.
Well, this is our last regular season broadcast. You can check the MIAA.org website for tournament activities. Hope's going to the tournament. They qualified. We don't know if they'll get a first-round bye. They have to finish in 1st or 2nd. If they finish in 3rd and 4th, they will host. Either way, it looks like they're going to host a game. We just don't know when. So we'll be happy to provide postseason tournament basketball here in the Anchor. If for any reason that we don't, we want to thank Freddie Velasquez, Phil Blah, Steve Secor, and our host of fine camera people and this production crew. I got a big compliment, not I, on behalf of a website that really follows D3 basketball, and they complimented, not to me, but in particular, how Hope does in their streaming broadcast. And we take that with a great deal of kind regard, because this is a great production crew, and we couldn't do it without them. We're just the vessel sitting out chatting. So our thanks, and I know you feel the same way, Matt.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, and a fantastic season. I'll be back here on Wednesday for that one, for the women's broadcast, and then next Saturday, a big one. So a couple big games for both Hope teams. So if you're a Hope fan at home, you got some good ones. It's a good reason to make the drive out here next Wednesday and Saturday.
Good stuff, Matt. Hope to look forward to those broadcasts. 68-64. Hope knocks Olivet out of sole possession of first. Until next time, thanks for supporting the Anchor Network. We appreciate you.